Ito ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. This is the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League and we are here in Montalban, Rizal at Inares Center kung saan si MANNY and the Caloocan Batang Caloocan making the short trip dito to take on Lawrence Paul, Victoria and the rest of the Rizal Central Mall Golden Coolers. Caloocan and Rizal, two teams who have been considered as strong contenders in their respective divisions in an early season clash here in the MPBL regular season. Magandang gabi po ulit mga kaliga sa Daf Tupas kasama si Christian Luanzon and Sheila Salaysay will be joining us in a bit. Magandang gabi din sa mga nanonood sa atin sa YouTube, Tap Sports and on Solar Sports. Christian, two teams with contrasting results and contrasting performances in their opening game this season.
Gotta be really impressed with Caloocan, how they opened that in their home floor. You always want to start out well, especially, you know, you played in Caloocan in that opening day. And for Rizal, it was a different story. Tulad nga na nabanggit mo. Not only a tough loss, but really a disappointing one, a blowout loss. They played poorly and just allowed a guy like June Manzo to explode like that, who got 29 points against them.
Well, Caloocan, on the other hand, looked very, very sharp as they took down Quezon City 89-63 in that opening game on their home floor. No, tingnan natin yung mga numero dito. It was a balanced attack led by MANNY, but everyone just contributing. And I think the most glaring stat here is
points in the paint.
Points in the paint and the rebounding. They really made a conscious effort in pounding it inside and capitalizing their advantage there.
Just a whopping difference, plus 40. Yeah, very rare do you see that, but they just clearly, you know, their game plan was clear. Pound it inside, whether of makes or misses, because they got those, you know, by attacking early on those early seals. Even Robbie Celis, who was pretty much undersized at the 4, you know, had a feast underneath. MANNY, best player of the game, took advantage of that short roll, being a playmaker and also attacking inside. So an impressive debut for him offensively. Kiam Baklaan struggled in that game, but did a good job of distributing. And you talk about MANNY, the one-and-done standout from the Ateneo Blue Eagles, and 12 points, 5 of 12 shooting, 12 boards, 5 assists, and 3 steals. Let's not forget, he only played one game. That final game in the preseason was clearly out of shape. He's still working his way into shape. So we just saw a glimpse of what he can bring, not only to Caloocan, but really to this league as, you know, a contender.
And on the other side, Rizal, you know, we mentioned the lopsided loss to Cebu, 65-81, and I spoke to Marquis right before the game, and he says, you know, it's nice to get this out of our system right now. You know, we are trying to get into the groove, pero syempre, no, you cannot. It's going to be difficult when everyone is getting over-eager to contribute to the team.
That's true, because those are chemistry issues right there. Somebody is going to have to sacrifice one shot to another for the better one, as they would say. As you see Coach Dandan on your screen. And the issue in that game were two things to me. That was clearly with the numbers. Their transition defense and their defense on defending threes. They allowed 10 3-pointers in that game, specifically in that third quarter, wherein it was just a 29-11 third quarter commanded by Cebu, which led to that blowout.
And Rizal, they have brought back Lawrence Paul Victoria. He was their standout a few seasons ago, went to Pasay for a couple of seasons, and now he makes his return here to Rizal. And he has plenty of help here in this team. No, Marquis, JP Sarao, Alwin Alday, and JP Maguliano. You know, capable players who can play on both ends of the floor.
He was one of 3 players who scored in double figures. The 3 players who scored in double figures, along with JP Maguliano and Alwin Alday, all came off the bench. So maybe a change in starting lineup. We will see, para magbalasa ng konti, pero tingnan natin.
Yeah, and we're just about ready here for tip-off. Caloocan against Rizal here in your MPBL regular season.
Here at the Inares Center, Montalban, Rizal. Caloocan versus your Rizal Central Mall Golden Coolers. Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 8. Let's meet the starting five for Caloocan, Batang Kangkalu. At forward number 24, Dom Escobar. Guard number 7, Jeremy Cabanag. At forward number 4, MANNY Ladi. Center number 2, Jammer Hamito. And at point guard number 0, Kian Baklan. Batang Kangkalu is led by Noy Catalan. Assistant coaches, Florian Pineda, Ariel Season, Harold Nang, Joseph Guion, Dan Xavier, Jun Medina, Rick Season, and Flaviano Ilagan III. Coaching consultant, Jerson Cabiltes, team manager, Mac Robert Dichandu, team governor, Jeremy Tin, team owner, Dennis Flores. And now, for your Rizal Central Mall Golden Coolers. Playing center number 19, JP Sarao. At guard number 3, Keanu Caballero. At forward number 10, Ilonggo Superman, Billy Ray Robles. Power forward number 11, JP Maguliano. Starting at guard number 17, Alwin Alday. Their head coach is Mark Dandan, assisted by Don Bautista, Chico Terona, and Ray Paul Javier. Team manager Kyle Cruz, the team owner Sandra Cruz. Our game officials are crew chief Rodel Aprila with
Starting five brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Caloocan has Kian Baklan, Jeremy Cabanag, Jammer Hamito, Dom Escobar, and MANNY Ladi. Rizal naman will match up with Keanu Caballero, Alwin Alday, JP Sarao, JP Maguliano, and Billy Robles.
Well, clearly, by eye test, Caloocan, the much bigger team. You talk about that front line of Jammer Hamito, MANNY Ladi, and Dom Escobar at the 3, 4, and 5. And, you know, the way we showed our viewers, especially how they dominated the paint in the last game. So one thing that you expect from Rizal is to take away that and maybe force them to shoot the ball from the outside, which they did poorly in the last game. Talk about Caloocan.
Well,
but, you know, contrary to what I just said, Escobar opens up the game with a 3, but in the last game they were 6 for 21.
Maguliano in and out of the jumper. Rebound ni Kian Baklan. And Ladi gets shoved by JP Maguliano.
Pakilala lang ng konti. Welcome to the MPBL moment.
Yeah. Well, I see John Apasible and AJ Coronel in street clothes for Rizal. Laking bagay din yung dalawang players na yan as Dom Escobar nails the 3 in the first possession.
Well, sigurado din naman ako, no? Itong mga teammates ni MANNY, you know, especially how he was the best player of that game, how he performed, sinabihan na rin siya to expect, you know, teams to be more physical, especially when you have a guy like JP Maguliano on the other end. May isang JP pa ang Rizal. Huwag natin kalimutan na medyo physical din maglaro. Undersized pero physical. JP Sarao.
Already their second games.
Palagay ko, JP din ang middle name mo eh.
Bakit?
Minsan dito, physical ka rin eh. Ang hilig mo mag-usog.
Grabe.
Siguro sa pickleball, physical ka rin eh, no?
Grabe siya.
Sa teammate mo.
Hindi.
Pag doubles man tawag doon.
Pag doubles naman lagi sa pickleball. Hirap naman pag singles.
Hindi ba nag-go 1v1 yun?
Meron yun sa pro level, pero hindi tayo dun eh. Dito lang tayo sa recreational level.
Less spacing no? Pag one-on-one.
Oo, pero,
pag 2-on-2, sorry.
but it's still very intense, kumbaga. So, we're trying to sort out something here in the Rizal bench. Escobar, Baclan gets the inbound. Ladi, short roll, kick out. Cabanag, 3, no. That's a good look for Cabanag. Billy Robles with the save. Kian Baclan with the steal. Baclan gets it to Jammer Hamito. Strong side for Jammer. Baclan with the feed.
Nice defense to offense play by Baclan. Easy steal and easy assist on the other end kay Jammer.
Alvin Alday can't get the bounce. Rebound ni Jammer Hamito. Baclaan. Gets it to Ladi. Back to Kian. He's putting a lot of pressure on the defense. Push shot by Jammer. Won't go. Maguliano working extra hard to get the rebound there. Kiano Caballero. Maguliano now with Alday. Alwin sends it to JP Sarao for 3. Yes!
So something he can take advantage of. Alam naman natin, no? Itong si JP Sarao was a part of a contender last year. Didn't see much playing time, at least compared to when he was with Parañaque 2 seasons ago. Now in a different situation. He's starting here. And he's healthier now. And with this matchup against Jammer, he could have the edge on the offensive end, stretching out the floor. But Kian Baclaan seems to have a much better wake-up. No? Mas maganda ang gising niya ngayon. Has been really aggressive of looking for his shot and making it.
Kian Baclaan, the floor general.
What a relief to have him finally be an official professional basketball player here in the MPBL.
What a relief indeed.
Yeah.
For the rest of the UAAP.
Yeah. Noong pre-season, hindi ba counted yun eh. If he decided, correct me if I'm wrong, if he decided, let's say, to go back, pre-season lang yun eh. Tama? Pwede pa. Di ba?
Maguliano on the drop. From Billy Robles. And what I like about this Rizal lineup, Christian, lahat sila parang may sari-sariling narrative eh. Trying to prove a point. Sarao had a not so good season last year with Quezon. Billy Robles as well. There's a bit of
Was he in Parañaque?
no, he was with Nueva Ecija.
Okay.
So this is the play of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Maguliano came into the picture very late for Pangasinan.
I remember, yeah.
So Markey as well played sparingly for Abra.
Shame on me what a poor guess from Nueva Ecija to Parañaque. I'm sorry, Billy Ray Robles.
No,
That is night and day difference.
A lot of success here for Caloocan. Jammer Hamito able to score underneath. Caballero can't finish. Cabanag on the move. Jeramer. A lot of black shirts there. Keanu Caballero, nice pass to Billy. Oh, muffs the layup. Ladi inside. Easy finish.
A 4-point swing after that sorry miss. Something that you rarely see, from Billy Robles, as he is an outstanding finisher on the break. Pero si Baclan took advantage with a nice pass once again to Kimani.
Billy Robles in the lane. Up to 7. Kian, jammer back to Kian. Nice read, getaway.
Chase down?
No.
Or not?
A quick outlet there. Smart play by JP Maguliano to Keanu Caballero.
I can see him as like an X factor in this game. Talk about Keanu Caballero, because the way Baclan has been moving, especially to start this game, mukhang ganado eh. And ito si Keanu Caballero, he can make some own damage himself offensively. Pahirapan niya sa depensa ito si Baclan.
Alday against his former teammate Cabana. Glady with a block. Alday and Cabana played together in Bacolod in
Really?
season 4. That was the year where you were not, where you were seen sparingly in the coverage.
And I think that's your fault.
No, not mine.
Yes. I remember requesting these dates, and then, I believe you were at the head of the production that time. And
No,
then
not
you
really.
were just waving me off. Di pwede yan. He's not qualified.
Wow.
I don't want to see him.
Fake news.
Mark Yee, MPBL one-time champ.
Ageless.
Yeah.
Jolo Mendoza. Ito rin, something to prove din. Jolo Mendoza, and he knocks down the jumper.
It's something they can take advantage of, using that ball screen action anytime Robbie Celis, is defending.
14-11. Robbie. Manday. Gets it to Ladi. The kick out. Dom Escobar. Mintis ang kanyang tres. Billy Robles. Liu Marquis is open. He knocks down the 3. We're tied at 14. A good flow here for the two teams.
On both ends.
On both ends.
It's something that Mark Yee has been doing since his collegiate years.
Baclan misses the 3. Here comes Robles. Mendoza. Yee. Back to Jolo. Offensive foul.
Yeah.
Marky not really sure.
Pagsanhan.
Yeah, Chris Biton on the floor right now.
How about Jeff Manday coming off the bench today? He checked in a few possessions ago. He started in the last game, played almost 26 minutes. Was the top leading scorer with 14. Also had 8 rebounds and 5 assists in that game.
Ladi inside. He's blocked by Balagtas. Liu lost it to Manday.
Forced it.
Biton can't handle the pass. Pagsanhan, bump and the bucket from Harvey Pagsanhan.
Gotta love the decision of Chris Biton after not getting a perfect pass from primary to secondary. He waits for the trailing Pagsanhan, sees him on a nice cut, in Pagsanhan, nung narinig yung pito, able to knock it down for his first 2 and possibly another one.
Can't complete the 3-point play, 16-14. Caloocan has yet to commit a foul here. MANNY Pay is the digital wallet built for the community. Lawrence Victoria, the former Pangasinan Heatwave, the former Pasay Voyager. Lawrence to Mendoza. Yi thought about it. Shot clock winding down. Jolo for three. Marco Balagtas fighting for that offensive rebound. Gets an extra possession for Rizal. Yi for three. Shadow malakas. Pagsanhan saves it to Biton. Here comes Manday. Uses the pick by Celis. Ladi out to Biton. Manday drives. Robbie misses. Robbie gets it back. And he puts it in off the glass.
Nice finish by Robbie Celis. Not really, a high leaper, but he knows how to use a little bit of a hang time as he showed right there.
Nadi with a rebound. Here's Biton. Pagsanhan lost the handle. Mendoza gets a running start. Victoria. Now with Jolo Mendoza. Mendoza fires and hits.
4 points for him. Kimari Ladi gassed right now, just waiting for the next dead ball. Kalahat, I believe, is getting him. He's on the sidelines right now, ready to check in.
Biton. Liu is there. Robbie.
That's a shot.
Can't get it to fall. Rebound ni Balagtas. No call there. Jolo Mendoza can't score against Ladi. Biton. Ball knocked away. Biton recovers. Pagsanhan. Swing it over to Manday against Victoria. Magsanhan inside. Back shot won't go. Celis. The rebound. Natapik ni Balagtas. Napunta kay Liu. Joel Liu stripped by Biton. It's a 3-on-1. Robbie, the extra pass to Jeff Manday for two. What a pace here in the first period.
Yeah, maraming hinihingal na eh. But finished off by a textbook 3 versus 1 between Biton, Manday, and Celis.
2 seconds. Yi.
Does he know?
I don't think so. What a funny sequence to close out the first period. Fast break of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Celis to Manday for the finish.
Well, this was the fast break that we talked about. The Manday finishing easily.
20-16 at the end of one. Caloocan on top.
White House steps back into the game. What kind of business can he make? And what a steal. That way is going to even up the game. 9 in the final moment of the game. Can they make magic? White House wins the game.
Win the game. Easy long with Sports Plus.
You are still watching 2026 Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Caloocan displayed their might and dominated their opponent in their home court last game. As we all know, Coach Gerson Cabaltes won championships in the MPBL. Pero ito daw ang kanyang unang season kung saan new players, new acquisitions, and new recruits. That's going to be a challenge for him. For him, meron lang siyang isang nadalang player from his previous team, and that is Harvey Pagsanhan. But though this is the case, he hopes his men buys the new system at maniwala sa tinuturo nila. We all know that Coach Gerson is one of those coaches who can bring out the best in his players. Pero sabi niya, he just trusts his guys, allow them to perform and make the right decision. Pero ano bang kakaiba sa team niya ngayon? Ang sabi niya, bukod sa mas marami siyang shooters, mas marami siyang poging players at huwag kakalimutan ng coaches. Set off and Coach Christian.
Did she?
Did I hear that
Yeah,
right?
did I hear that right?
Yeah.
May pinasok na pogi
Yeah.
somewhere there.
That's probably from, alam mo naman si Sheila eh.
Oo nga. Pati coaches daw eh.
Pero totoo naman. Totoo naman.
Totoo naman talaga. Totoo naman talaga.
yeah.
Totoo naman talaga. Kalahat gets it to Pagsanhan. Blocked by Marquis. Kalahat underneath. No. Good battle by the Rizal big man there. Victoria. Victoria for 3. Rebound ni Biton. Finds Kalahat. He was looking for an angle there. This Biton.
And just a poor job that time, specifically by Lawrence Victoria, who missed the shot. I thought he had a chance to stop the basketball right here, but Biton, because of the running start to start the break, the first fast break of this quarter, was able to get an easy one to open up the second. And that's a shot that's going to be available for them. Now, we saw Marquis pretty much hit a shot in the first quarter in the same spot because itong Caloocan has been tagging off the other big off that empty corner ball screen every time that action happens for Rizal.
Biton misses the layup. Kalahat, offensive rebound. Manday, nasa labas. Biton again, kick out to Kalahat for 3. That won't go. Rebound ni Lawrence Paul. Victoria. Extreme ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Marquis takes the jumper and knocks down the jumper.
It seems like Caloocan just willing to give up yung mga tira ni Marquis, and that's the second time that he has had an open look, third time rather, when he's make 2 shots. And let's see if he can add some spark sa opensa nitong Rizal na hindi natin nakita nung last game.
And Rizal shooting 44% right at this moment. Marquis leading scorer for them with 5. Victoria for 3. Still looking for his range here. Robbie Celis inside.
Offensive foul.
It's an offensive foul.
Now with the right arm, and he knows it. And quickly to admit to it as well. So this was the play, Robbie Celis. That right arm right there. Forcing the official to blow the whistle.
Philip Manalang has come in. LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Mendoza. Yi, 3. Yes! That's 8 points for Marquis. That's the 4th triple for Rizal. 4 of 8 so far on Golden Coolers.
It'll be interesting to see how defensively yung rotation nitong Caloocan kung magkakaroon sila ng adjustment. That time it was on the loaded side, that ball screen. They switch it. Pero pag swing sa kabila, again, si Marquis ang nalibre off that tag from his man.
Kasin, shot clock winding down. Kalahat taken away by Mendoza. Robles back to Gaspay. What a strong finish from Jake Gaspay. And what a moment against his former team.
Now, how about the pass by Robles? As soon as, or before he caught the basketball, he knew he had a trailing Gaspay already, who finishes with a foul.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Gaspay spent the preseason with Caloocan, released after the preseason, and has found his way here sa Rizal, and his first basket here of the ball game against his former team.
That's why it's important for players, especially big men, to be strong with the basketball. How many times have we seen plays like that, Sidel, where it looks like matatapik yung bola, defender gets a ball on the hand, and then players loose with the basketball would easily lose the basketball But not that time for Gaspay. He'll get another one. But it's the same result. But he will track down his own miss.
Baclan is back on the floor for Caloocan. Matched up against Manalang. Ladi is also there.
Just a short rest for MANNY after playing the whole 10 minutes of that first quarter. And resting for the first 3 minutes of the second one. Nasa loob na ulit siya. This is a real test for me looking at MANNY. The way Rizal has been defending him on or off the ball. Nagpaparamdam talaga sa kanya itong depensa ng Rizal.
Robles. That's last touch sa mga nakaputi. I love what I'm seeing here from the veterans of Rizal. Billy Robles, Marco Balagtas, Mark Yee.
Philip Manalang.
And Philip Manalang. 26-22 is the count. Let's go to Sheila.
Yes, Adel, Rizal had a strong start last year in the regular season, winning their first 5 games before absorbing their first defeat. For Coach Mark Dandan, on his debut as head coach, he embraces the challenge and always remembers what his dad says, coaching is a privilege and always be grateful for the opportunity. Alam ni Coach Mark, ang challenge sa MPBL, it's always the top schedule. A lot of things to focus and consider every day. Ang importante daw para sa kanya, kailangan alam nila yung mga mali at itama ito. 3 things for Coach Mark: understand the work they have to put in, show up every day, and know that, have that baliw mentality and find ways to make basketball fun. Balik sa inyo.
Maraming salamat, Sheila. You just took us to the mind of Coach Mark Dandan, son of the late Ricky Dandan. Coach Ricky, of course.
Former UP Fighting Maroon head coach and assistant coach. One of the closest friends, if I may add, of Coach Bo Perasol.
Kian Baclaan can't finish. Alwin Alday is Manalang. Now Gaspay.
JP's open.
Sarao nails the 3.
And that's what I mean right there. That's why Coach Sherson's forced to calling timeout. That shot is always going to be available because MANNY Ladi was ready to help or rotate already as they switched that first action. Challenged by Baclan, but that's a little late already for JP. His second jumper, I believe, after that one.
Second 3 para kay JP Sarao. Rizal up by 7.
MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas.
Sports Plus is the official sports book of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Congressman Oka Malapitan, Boss Dennis Flores. Here in Montalban, Rizal, a good-sized crowd here.
Unhappy at the moment. 2 points pa lang ang Caloocan sa quarter na to. So then,
Lagi naman poker face yan si Kong Oka.
correct.
But he shows up almost every game of the Batang Kangkalu. Jammer turns around, fouled by JP Sarao.
I like that timeout and yung ginawa ni Coach Gerson, basically giving them a dose of their own medicine. This time, taking advantage of their height inside. Just a straight post action kay Jammer Hamito. And just a nice way, to get yourself back in the game. Start at the free throw line. Allows you to set up your defense on the other end and just build from that.
Jammer misses the first free throw. One for 2 para kay Jammer Hamito. Trims the gap to 6 points. Halfway through this second period. Here comes Alwin Alday. Laddie is on him.
In the zone.
Sarao, Manalang, Robles ready to shoot. No, Baclaan with the rebound. Kian, Kasin, Manday, and Manalang is right in front of him. Jeff to Prince for three. Yes.
A rhythm shot created by the patience offensively by Caloocan.
Sarao picks it up. Manday was open momentarily. Manalang,
Against the zone.
Alwin. 6 seconds. Gaspay, the turnaround. In and out. And that's a foul on Prince Kasin. On the rebound.
Timeout sigurong Rizal dito.
He got thrown off by the zone. Coach Mark wants to talk things over. 29-26. Golden Cooler is on top.
Sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay kinaghahandaan, kaya yung bayanigang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang pupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag mamalitin.
Sports Plus is the official sports book of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. JP Sarao is 11 points away from 1,000 career points. He will be the 62nd player to achieve the feat if he does get 11 points. 11 more points.
The way he has been shooting the basketball, 100% so far. All from the three-point line.
Manalang looking for a teammate.
Mukhang kayang-kaya yung 11 points sa larong ito.
Robles takes on Laddie. Fade away from Billy. No, Gaspay taps it. Alday, that's last touch on Alwin. Maguliano now tasked to defend Laddie. Baclaan. Kian goes to Jeff.
Spain action there, well defended by Rizal.
Kasin to Laddie. Extra pass to Jammer Hamito. Bumagsak si JP Maguliano doon, no? 7 points now para kay Jammer Hamito. 6-0 run for Caloocan. Robles attacks. Finger roll won't go.
I thought he was fouled.
A lot of contact there.
A ton of contact. The drive by Billy Robles.
Play of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
The unselfish play between Kasin, Laddie to Jammer. Now that's the luxury of having a Kimani Laddie. Not only a player who can shoot the ball from the outside, be a rim protector, a finisher on the break, but also a terrific decision maker, especially in the short roll that time from block to block. Kian Baclaan. What a move and a pass. Hindi lang makumpleto ni Jammer.
The foul on Kian.
You can expect a lot of oohs and ahs anytime you see Baclaan on the floor, whether it's a home game or an away game like this one.
Coach Gerson does not have Eric Camson, the former Rizal player. and Jello Razon yet. MANNY is the digital wallet built for the community.
2 straight games already, those 2 names that you mentioned that has yet to see action this season for Caloocan.
Sarao is blocked by Jammer Hamito. Only a short rest para dito kay Jammer Hamito. Kay Manny Ladi rather.
He has to play his way into shape, and Coach Gerson knows that with those short rest. Konting pahinga, pasok ulit.
Ladi lost it, recovered by Baklaan. Maguliano, the weak pass is intercepted by JP Maguliano.
Nice D right there by Maguliano off the ball. Defending or denying the basketball, rather almost at the 3-point line. He pushed him out first and then was alert enough to strip the basketball and get the steal. They're reviewing this for a possible unsportsmanlike foul. Yung dating tinatawag na
Advantage foul.
advantage foul. Meron bang white shirt with this angle, no? Hindi natin makita na nauuna.
That's a tough angle.
Oo, kailangan makita natin yung whole floor.
(29-28). Rizal has not scored since taking this 29 since the, let me check, since the 5:06 mark. So it's 3 minutes that they have not scored here in the second quarter. Referees double checking.
So the 2 names we mentioned for Caloocan, unable to see action because of injuries. Obviously, si Camson and Jello Razon. Think about that. How deep this team is. Not only capable players, okay, but a two-way player in Jello Razon. As you see the final announcement, ano ba? Unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike foul. It's been upgraded.
Jello Razon, off-ball type of player, catch and shoot, is a much improved scorer, ball screen player, and comes on a guy who could, you know,
It's practically a go-to guy.
Rizal's
go-to guy last season.
number 1 scorer last season, right? Who can command a double team. And then you put him in the mix. Those 2 in the mix of Akian Baklaan, Robbie Celis, Dom Escobar,
Kay Manny Ladi.
Manny Ladi, and the others.
It's a potent
That's
mix.
really a potent lineup.
Maguliano. They go down low to Sarao. Look at the footwork from JP Sarao. I missed it. I missed it last season. It's back.
Almost like a 1-year absence. Even though he was in the lineup of Quezon.
Did have some games there with Quezon na maganda rin. But not as frequent when he was with Parañaque na parang napapawaw tayo every game ng kanyang galaw sa ilalim.
Hindi madali yan, ha? Because may kabigatan yan. Si Robbie Celis. He was a smart defender, but a smarter move executed by Sarao that time.
Baklaan goes up high. It's saved there by Maguliano. JP trying to attack Robbie Celis. Labas muna kay Jolo Mendoza. Alday. Ladi sent flying once again.
By JP Sarao, no call once again.
Cabanag, Ladi, and he scores finally.
Parking a little bit too on the defense because of how they have been really physical on Kimani Ladi, whether it's on ball or off the ball.
4 points now for Kimani. Sarao, Mendoza.
Here's the switch once again, which opens up Mendoza.
Sarao underneath.
I thought he got stripped on the arm.
I thought there was contact there.
A lot of contact. Unfortunate that time was the defense of Caloocan, first giving up an open shot to a shooter like Mendoza, and because of the switch, had a smaller defender was Sarao, which he got the offensive rebound. Puti na lang, naka-stop sila kahit papano.
They have a timeout on the floor. Caloocan only down by 2.
Kapag may labay nagkakaisa, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yung bayanigang mapakari. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kumunan. Basketball muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag
Dom Escobar, him with good looks and basketball skills. Oy,
Oh,
that's
I don't-
not Dom.
I don't see this as a coincidence.
This is not a- this is
pinakita si
not-
Escobar.
Biglang nag-downgrade.
Yeah.
Biglang
And
nag-downgrade.
then pinakita.
Come on,
No,
guys.
yung-
Nagkamali ng buton.
Pinakita kagad yung little brother ni Derek Ramsey dito katabi ko.
Nagkamali lang ng buton, ha? Sorry. Oh, what a reverse. Galing kay Jeramer Cabana. Great play out of the timeout by Coach Gerson Cabiltes.
And with less than 18 seconds remaining, ginamit na ni Coach Mark yung kanyang huling timeout. This was the beautiful drive and finish by Cabanag.
That's a tough layup in traffic. Rizal at Caloocan now deadlocked at 32. Timeout muna tayo.
MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na, yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball.
Tied at 32, 17 seconds remaining in the first half. Rizal, last possession of the first half. Alday pinapahirapan ni Cabanag. Alwin. Great defense here from Caloocan. Just delaying the offense of Rizal. 1.4 remaining on the game clock.
That started from the backcourt. Pressuring up until they cross half court and deflecting the basketball. Now they're forced into an out-of-bounds side situation for a catch and shoot.
Keanu Caballero will inbound against Dom Escobar. Alday, open. Teardrop. 9 times out of 10,
He would make that.
he would make that.
But the one happened a few seconds ago.
And we are tied at 32 as both teams go back to their dugouts. Should be an exciting second half ahead of us between the Caloocan Batang Kalu and the Rizal Central Mall Golden Coolers. We'll be right back.
Steps back into the game. What kind of impact can he make? And what a steal. PACQUIAO'S going to keep it up the game. 9 in the final moments of the game. Can they make magic? White Loud wins the game.
Win the game. Easy lang with Sports Plus.
Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang
Alright, at ngayon mga kaliga, it's the time for the Sports Plus Clutch Time Challenge. Tawagin natin yung ating challenger. Walang iba kundi si Jonard Abude of Montalban. Alright, ready ka na ba, Jonard? Para sa ating challenge, you will be given 45 seconds to complete a layup, a free throw, 3-point shot, and a half-court shot. Pagka naipasok mo lahat yan, you will win 1 million pesos from the official sports book of the MPBL Sports Plus. Are you ready for the Sports Plus Clutch Time Challenge? 3, 2, 1, go! Eto, naibuslo ka agad ni Jonard. Looking good? Sige lang. Focus ka, Jonard. 1 milyon yan. Baka nakakaligtaan mo. Jonard Abude of Montalban. 28 seconds left. Come on, you can make it, Jonard. 20 seconds. Konti na lang. Masishoot mo rin yan, Jonard Abude. Come on. Up. One more. 5 seconds. 1. All right. Sayang. Good effort pa din ha para kay Jonard Abude. At syempre, yan.
MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na. MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. saya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na, yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba, dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag-3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang
White Sox steps back into the game. One recommended in and one a steal. That way is going to even up the game. 9 in the final moments of the game. Can they make magic? White Sox wins the game.
Win the game. Easy long with Force Plus.
sa Luzon, sa Visayas.
Tied at 32 here at the break. Caloocan and Rizal in this main game of your Tuesday triple header. Dito sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino, it's Caloocan getting the early advantage before Rizal in that second quarter, building a 7-point lead. And but Caloocan also nakahabol din sa dulo ng ating first half. And the tale has been the 3-point shooting of Rizal and inside scoring of Caloocan.
Well, the goal has been simple, for Rizal. And I'm going to start on the offensive end, and that is to stretch out their big man on the floor. Scouting itong Caloocan, the way they have, yung rotation nila defensively, they have took advantage of their guys, particularly JP Sarao at ito si Marky, of their ability to shoot from the outside. And that's why, nag-timeout si Coach Gerson, up by 7, nung nabanggit mo, medyo na-disrupt konti itong opensa ng Rizal. That's when Caloocan went to a zone. So I expect Coach Mark, coming from halftime, to have an adjustment with that. So it wouldn't be a surprise to me kapag, maging successful yung opensiba nitong Rizal. Once the Caloocan goes into that zone once again. And for Caloocan's end, I think Kian Baclaan should put his head down more. I thought he made a lot of things happen in that first half. That's why we showed the free throws, because both teams only had a combined set of 7 free throws in that first half. The first team to me that could get to that 15-17 attempt at the free throw line could control this game, because it would allow them not only to score the basketball, but also set up their defense on the other end.
Caloocan did not commit the foul in that first quarter.
Exactly.
So, yeah, and then the first, I think the first player na makakapag, they need a big quarter from someone like a Jeff Manday or
maybe a Baclaan.
or an Alwin Alday on the other side, or a Lawrence Paul Victoria. Kung sino makakauna dun, maybe gets the separation
It's a
that they
great
need.
point.
But for now, let's turn you over to Sheila Salaysay.
Yes, Sedef and Coach Christian, after the first half, alam na nga Caloocan yung kanilang mga lapses. Off rebounds daw sila and lapses in defense and transition. Adjustment, they need to rotate the ball. Kailangan daw umikot ang bola. On the other side, para naman sa result for Coach Mark Dandan, he is pleased with the energy. He doesn't mind the score, but to be able to sustain and sabi niya, to win this match, they need to surpass yung energy na pinakita nila no first half. Balik sa inyo.
Thank you so much, Sheila. Ronnie Matias, first time in the ball game, he misses the short stab.
He gets a starting nod in the second half in the place of Kimani Ladi. An interesting move by Coach Gerson to start this quarter in a tight ball game.
Maguliano, 8 seconds in the shot clock. JP misses on that fadeaway. Chris Bitoon. Ronnie Matias, Cabanag, back to Bitoon. Robbie Celis, the handoff to Bitoon. The kick out to Cabanag. The jumper from Jeremy is money.
Bitoon took advantage of that slight opening and used the sidestep to create an angle for that cross-court pass. A nice read off the closeout by Cabanag for the 1-2 dribble pull-up.
Robles with the miss. Jeremy. Bigay kay Robbie. Hand off to Dom. Escobar. Baba kay Celis. The kick out to Matias. Attacks the closeout. Bigay kay Bitoon. No good. Alday with the rebound. Rizal looking to push here. Alwin. Nabitawan ng bola against Jeremy Cabanag.
It's been a struggle for Alwin Alday. 0 for 4 from the field. Only has 2 assists, but that's only his first turnover though, but has struggled pretty much in this game so far.
Robbie gets it to Matias. They go down low to Celis again. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Celis, fade away. It's a tough shot against Maguliano.
Good
Maguliano
pass.
leaking out. Gets it to Alwin. Now Robles. There's a mismatch here. Maguliano fighting hard. He puts it in over Jeremy Cabanag.
Jeremy Cabanag not alert enough to at least lose contact. No? Nasa ilalim na siya ng ring. And sometimes you could go over the offense and put the offense under the rim. But JP takes advantage and they will get a stop on the other end.
Robles, no numbers for Rizal. Balik muna kay Keanu. JP. Alday ngayon. Marquis pops out. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Robles will shoot the 3. That one rattles out.
They have an advantage as Maguliano fell down on the floor. 5-on-4 smart foul by Keanu Caballero. Alday though has to be better of creating an advantage on that empty corner situation on the left side. They ended up with a contested jumper on the other side. Kasi naging 2-on-2 lang yung nangyari sa ball screen sa kabila.
And it's got to be a bit more decisive now. No?
Exactly. Medyo tentative siya maglaro.
Cabanag. Atake si Jeremy. Short on the layup. Here comes Rizal. Robles to Caballero for 3. Masyado malakas. Agawan sa rebound. Ends up with Billy. Robles finds Maguliano underneath. The energy from Rizal paying off.
The old sayings will never get old. They say that it's who wants it more. It still works. Billy Ray Robles showed that he wanted that ball more over 3 white shirts. Not only that, passing the basketball to the open man, JP has a chance for a 2+1.
Can't complete the 3-point play. MANNY is the digital wallet built for the community. Maraming salamat sa MANNY. Escobar sends it to Cabanag now with Matias. Dom against Billy. Backing down on Billy. Escobar turns around. That's a tough look for Dom Escobar. Yee to Keanu Caballero. Gets it to Maguliano, blocked. But guess who gets the ball? Robles gets blocked as well. Alday with a layup. Extra possessions here for Rizal.
Now let's see if that could get Alday going. Once you see that ball go through the net, maybe he could get his first jumper if that's the next one available.
Bitoon stops short.
Well contested by Robles.
Oh, Billy Robles has been all over the floor in this ball game.
That's really his calling card. Puso maglaro to eh.
Absolutely.
Si Billy Robles.
And ang tagal natin na hindi nakita yung ganyang klaseng performance of Billy Robles. Maguliano with one hand. 9 points para kay JP Maguliano. 6 here in the third. Extra possessions for Rizal.
It's been giving them life and it's been deflating for Caloocan.
6-point game. Escobar knocks down the three.
That's a big shot. Saves a timeout for Coach Gerson Cabiltes if they don't score and they allow the score for Rizal.
40-37. Keanu Maguliano. That's a tough shot. Fouled by Matias. Hindi natin marinig yung pito dito.
Almost a platoon substitution right here for Coach Gerson and his squad. Maiiwan lang. I believe si Jeremy Cabanag. Hindi. Chris Bitoon.
Dinagsabay na si Chris Bitoon at Kian Baklaan.
Which is something not unusual, no? Especially for Kian Baklaan. During his stint with NU and LaSalle, madalas din pagsabayan. Si Steve Nash Enriquez, he would be at the 2 because he's a scoring guard. Ganon din kay Jacob Cortez nung lumipat siya ng LaSalle. Both scoring guards, both scoring threats.
Lethal.
Lethal.
Aren't you glad they're not together? Only one was left.
Kaya buti nga, nag-pro na yung isa eh. Kahit may eligible to play na ito si Kian.
Jammer, jumper, too strong. Yee with a rebound.
I want to see Jammer on the dunker spot instead of being, 13, 15 feet away from the basket, which they did successfully in the last game against Quezon City.
JP to Liu. Joel gets it to Keanu Caballero. Really tight pass from Liu. And Bitoon gambled a bit, and Caballero got the step.
You see the game plan also of Coach Mark Dandan. Pinasok si Kamani Ladi, pasok din si Mark Yee. And trying to test not only the defense, pati yung pasensya nitong si Kimani Ladi, the rookie out of the Ateneo program.
Jolo runs out of space, turns the ball over. Manday to Ladi. Cross-court pass to Kian. And I thought there was a missed opportunity there to attack early.
That's true.
Natapik ni Liu. Joel Liu will lay it in.
Yeah, to your point, Kimani should take advantage. He got the ball in transition about 12 feet away from the basket on the block. I thought he had a chance to attack. Instead, it leads to a turnover on the other end and a score. Kian attacking stripped.
Now there's a foul.
Galit na si Coach Gerson, no? But those were the type of calls that Rizal was not getting, if you remember, late in that second quarter.
Absolutely. Fast break of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
And if you're Kian Baklaan, you just have to continue to put pressure at the rim and believe that eventually you're going to get the benefit of the call. because he might be the smallest player apart from Irvin Palencia,
Or make that
who has yet to
team
see action in Caloocan, but he's certainly their best driver.
Oh, technical on Coach Gerson.
Jake the Spy comes in for Marquis.
Markey gets a breather.
Probably their most expensive driver also.
Jolo Mendoza has been steady in this ball game.
So let's see if that technical would have an effect of how the officials would blow the whistle moving forward.
The biggest lead of the game for Rizal. Bata Kakalu sues for time. They sue for time here. 3:29 remaining in the third.
Dahil sa husay ng bawat isa, sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag-3 points na. Bawat baya'y di matatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag pang alipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL.
Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. May VIPs there, Boss Dennis Flores, Congressman Oka Manapitan, Head of Security Rudy Distrito, and our Commissioner Emerson Oreta. Everyone here happy to see their faces
Because the home team is up.
on the Jumbotron.
Yeah. And that. Got to give credit to Coach Mark and his staff. Really doing a good job scouting. One thing that, you know, led to the blowout game against Quezon City, that short roll action between
Nawala
Baclan.
yan.
Yeah, between Baclan and Ladi has been pretty much non-existent in this game. Has happened a couple times, but has been well defended for the most part.
That's a foul on Liu.
But it's still a long way. Only an 8-point lead. 3 minutes, 3 and 21 remaining in the third
Joel Liu with probably the shortest shorts.
in MPBL history.
Yeah, candidate for the shortest shorts.
But he has to wait for our player named Chico Briones. It's going to be a competition between him and Chico. He still has one more year with us.
Kian goes to Jammer Hamito. That dunker spot is
He's lethal right there.
pretty much wide open.
Kaya yung kaninang sitwasyon, pagpasa kay Ladian at nandun siya sa right elbow. Mas komportable siya sa dunker spot tulad ng huling nangyari.
Mendoza, one-hander won't go.
That's a foul on Balagtas.
If you're Rizal, you gotta get happy. You gotta be happy with that look from Jolo Mendoza. Hindi lang pumasok.
This was the drive and the dish from Kian. Already the 6th assist for Kian. Jammer leading the way scoring-wise for Caloocan with 9.
And ang maiksi na shorts ni Jolo Mendoza. Jammer trying to
Take advantage of the thinner Gaspay. May konting sinabi pa si Kian as former teammates at short stint. Tulad na banggit mo kanina of him being a part of Caloocan in preseason.
Jammer Hamito at the free throw line.
So after the technical earlier, allowed them to regroup a little bit. They get a score and another opportunity right here with Hamito, the first player for Caloocan in double figures with 10.
Sobrang sobrang laking attention na kinukuha ng short roll ni kay Manny. Libreng-libre talaga sa gilid.
Right.
2 for 2 para kay Jammer. The pressure here galing sa Caloocan.
With this lineup on the floor, I wonder where will the offense come from if you're Rizal.
Jolo Mendoza has the basketball against kay Manny Ladi, and those long arms of kay Manny Ladi preventing the entry pass.
Well, they were able to force the switch off that flare screen. That's why Balagtas had a smaller defender, but because of that deflection, tulad na nabanggit mo, they're forced to reset with less time on the clock.
See how this inbound develops here. Gaspay has it against Ladi. Gaspay is bumped underneath.
Excellent defensive stand by Caloocan, all caused by that deflection by Kimani Ladi, and they were forced into somebody that's not really known offensively in the man of Gaspay.
Baclaan taking on Manalang. Kian, ball knocked away. Manalang grabs the loose ball. Here comes Rizal. Liu. Mendoza back to Liu. Attacks left. Kick out. Mendoza for 3. No. Ladi with a rebound. You feel like the game is about to break out right now. And Jammer Hamito puts it in.
And at some point, you're forced to a decision, maybe send a double, no, or overplay the post, because so far the default play of Caloocan in this game is go straight to the post kay Jammer. Nangyari na rin yan no first half after a timeout.
There's a switch here. Manalang takes the jumper. No legs there on that jumper. Manday stops, fires, no. Rebound, great hustle by Gaspay.
Excellent transition defense as well by Rizal.
Jolo Mendoza, that won't count. Gaspay has been engaged.
Barking.
Yeah. Has been engaged in some sort of word war with Manny Ladi.
You just gotta applaud the transition defense that time by Rizal. It was a terrific push of the basketball, of the defensive rebound by Jeff Manday. He was forced into a pull-up jumper right here at the slot, a challenged one, and then the hustle rebound by Gaspay that led to this one, Mendoza at the line. Those are the, winning plays. Those are not the highlight plays, but really the winning plays that will take you eventually to the result if they could do it consistently. One more quarter after 1 minute here in the third.
Solid minutes for Gaspay. He gives Marquis
a breather.
Yeah, ang ganda ng medyo nakapagpahinga si Marquis dito. I'd like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL.
To match up on Jammer Hamito. Ayan, si Liu ulit involved kay Manny Ladi. And again, probably the effect of that technical. And this is no knock on Coach Gerson, because this is something common to head coaches.
Yeah.
Okay, not all, okay, but common. No, in the professional ranks, some in the college ranks.
Well, we've been around
long enough
to know that there are coaches with certain styles and ways to fire up their team. Ladi, second free throw.
And they will get an extra one because of a rare lane violation.
Substitute free throw here. brings that one home. And Rizal, it's their turn to call time. 2-point game. Rizal with a lead. 55 seconds remaining in the third.
Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yung bayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisip.
We're back at the Inares Center in Montalban, Rizal. Eric Camson in street clothes for the Batang Caloocan, not activated tonight.
Against his former team.
Yeah, along with Jello Razon.
Pero malapit na raw siya, nakakasabay na raw siya sa practice. No, kung ilalagay daw sa porsyento, nasa 70% na raw siya.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
The Chap Lawrence Victoria. Liu.
3-on-2.
Nice press break here. Marquis with another timely triple. That's 11 points for Marquis. That is his third triple of the ball game.
He's been the big difference in this game. Just knocking down open shots when there's an opportunity.
Manday. Slips, layup. What a reverse. What a move, galing kay Jeff Manday.
Just able to turn the corner. Just caught on a late switch. Came Marquis, and Marquis giving up that baseline with a nice finish on the other side.
8 seconds. Mendoza, there's a switch. Jolo forcing this one. Balagtas was wide open. In the corner. Laddie and Marquis.
Got tangled up.
Kian Baklaan. Holding on to Marquis.
Let me give you some news. That's nothing new in this game. Ngayon lang natin napansin, pero kanina pa nangyayari yan.
And Manny Laddie, he has also embraced this challenge right here. And I think the referees are going to get a look here.
Well, it's going to be a part of his growth, especially as a rookie in our league and pretty much new in Philippine setting. He was just one and done for Ateneo. He did an outstanding job of introducing himself, obviously.
And he had to sit out a few games as well.
Right, but nag-residence pa yan, I believe. But, you know, there's always that adjustment period here in the MPBL, which I'm confident eventually makaka-adjust siya, no? But yung proseso ng growth, ito yun eh. Only his second game.
Up against someone like a Marquis and Marco Balagtas.
It's a good sign though, because the last thing that you want to see from a talent like him is backing down sa mga ganitong sitwasyon, which we haven't seen from him. You see right here.
There's nothing there.
Yeah, wala naman. Konting paramdam lang.
Yeah, and it just took away our break for the third.
Right.
50-47. Lamang ang Rizal heading into the fourth.
Steps back into the game. One kind of MPBL, and one a steal. That way is going to even up the game. 9 in the final moments of the game. Can they make magic? White Lounge wins the game.
Win the game. Easy lang with Force Plus.
Husay ng bawat isa, sigawan na yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na.
Fourth quarter here in Montalban. Rizal with a 3-point lead against Caloocan. Lawrence Paul Victoria has yet to get going in this ball game. Manalang and Lee Yu getting entangled, and Manalang throws the ball away to Ladi. Baklaan drives and he finishes with the left hand.
A better start for the quarter by Caloocan, and it started on the defensive end. Just completely disrupted the first play kung saan usually organized ang opensa ng isang koponan, but not that time. Led to a layup on the other end.
Marco Balagtas fires, misses. Rebound nakuha ni Kamani Ladi. Mandaya head to Kasid. Prince stops. They go to Jammer. Amito deep, too deep. Markey with the rebound. JP Sarao and JP Maguliano, the two JPs coming in. The next dead ball for Rizal. Manalang drives and he will finish.
And that's just a poor job executing defensively, going under the screen between Baklaan and Ladi. You gotta give your teammates some space to work with. An excellent job by Manalang to take advantage of that angle for the lay-in.
Baklaan again. Oh, what a finish. Galing kay Kian Baklaan.
Gusto nila i-challenge dahil walang foul daw. They might have a case right here, but nonetheless, inexcusable. The blow-by right here. Defender number 1, 2, 3, 4. Blow-by lahat.
Should not have been a foul there. Didn't look like there was contact. We have a coach's challenge here. Early in the third, or in the fourth period rather. We will be right back.
Ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na.
Upon review, the challenge was successful. Basket counts by Kian Baklaan, but there was no foul. Rizal Central Moldovan Coolers.
So the challenge is successful.
But
as
the
we
basket will count.
as we expected. Kian Baklaan. Harvey Pagsanan is back in the game, together with Romel Calahat and Robbie Celis. JP Maguliano and JP Sarao are in as well for Rizal. Boss Kaiser Galvez, congratulations on your win last night.
Impressive win.
May Kawayan Marilao Gems winning their first game in Zamboanga. Victoria
Out of control. He has had a tough time. Him and Alwin Alday, the two guards that you're relying on for the scoring punch para sa Rizal, just having a hard time getting a rhythm in this game.
Extreme ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Pagsanhan, Celis, back out to Kian. Baklaan. Ooh! Miscommunication by Kian and Harvey.
See, that's more on Kian, because to me, he was able to force the mismatch already on that late switch against Maguliano, or JP Sarao rather. And to me, he has to take advantage of that. Maybe a short pull-up or an attack to the basket.
Well, he had may sweet spot siya dun eh.
Right.
Sa mid-range area. Kahit ano na yun. That was available to him. Sarao traveled. Coach Mark Dandanes give a quick shout out to Ismael Duyan watching from Pepe Barbershop in Tondo, Manila.
Kumusta po? One of my favorite places on earth.
Tropa natin dyan sa Tondo.
I mean,
Taga dyan si Alwin Alday.
Taga dyan din ako dati.
Oo nga pala.
Taga dyan pa rin kami. Dyan pa rin yung mami at daddy namin. Oh, tsaka yun nga, yung barbershop. Favorite place yan.
Yung mga taga dyan. Billy Robles. Yes, Bagsanhan. Manalang. Thought about it. Di maganda yung spacing ng Rizal dito. Philip. Maguliano. That's his shot.
A poor foul. What a poor foul by Caloocan.
Inabot.
Those are the type of shots, even if he makes it, you could live with. Now, Maguliano leads all scorers for Rizal, along with Marquis with 11, but those are the shots that you could live with kahit pumasok. Last thing you want to do is bail him out with a foul, send him to the line.
Especially in a tight game like this one. 12 puntos na para kay JP Maguliano. By the way, the uniform protocol has been removed. That call.
Expand more, please.
You don't like that call. The violation of the uniform protocol.
Ah, yes. Okay.
You don't like that call.
Okay.
I know you.
Okay. Oh, nakakatagal lang eh.
And the referees have been doing a good job reminding our players to tuck their jerseys in. Robbie Celis with a drive. Leaves it short. Alwin. Maguliano. Sarao. Good catch. Nice finish.
Big-to-big action. A nice job of running to the floor and scoring for that seal underneath.
5-point lead. Manday launches. No. Celis and Robles.
Sarao, I believe, is going to be called.
No, I think it's going to be Billy. This is the play of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
This was the first big action of that primary. JP Sarao appreciative after that basket.
Just Biton sent in for Kian Baclaan. Jeremer Cabanag. Baseline jumper doesn't work. Celis nakakuha ng offensive rebound. Labas kay Biton. Kalahat with the pick. Biton drives left. Blocked by Maguliano pero may foul.
Still crafty. Itong si Biton, I believe his 6th season in the league, season 2 to eh, kung yung nagkakamali.
Yeah, but he spent some time in the PBA as well. Here's Biton.
Right. Good job.
Was part of that Manila combo with Aris Junicio.
I remember.
Second season.
Yeah, yun yung naalala ko eh.
And then
Because he was so good that year.
he got drafted the following season.
Right? Nandun pa yata si Marvin Lee nun, if I'm not mistaken, from UST.
Carlo Lastimosa was on that team.
Carlo Lastimosa. Rail Cervantes.
Yeah.
Condition face. Mas kondisyon na Rail Cervantes.
It's a 4-point game. 56-52. Namangang Rizal, they have the possession now. Sarao. Medyo malayo pa to para kay JP Sarao. Konting lapit. Sarao, turn around, no good. Tapik. Robbie Celis. Sarao has it. There was a foul and that stops play. They got lucky there with that foul.
They did, because it probably would have led to a basket underneath. Pasok ngayon si Manny Ladi.
In for Kalahat, who has struggled.
14 seconds to shoot.
Manny Pay is the digital wallet built for the community. Sarao. Maguliano. Alday. Robles wants it against Pagsaghan. Billy. Yes! And Billy Ray Robles exploiting his advantage here. I don't think that was enough to overturn it into an offensive foul.
I don't know. I might disagree with you.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. Coach Gerson with an important challenge here. Will it be a three-point play opportunity or an offensive foul? We'll be right back.
Kaya yung mayanig ang bakbakan, todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang pupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na, yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa.
Upon review, the challenge of Caloocan was successful. The last attempt will not count.
Kaya ka
Offensive
analyst eh.
foul.
Kaya ka
I
analyst
hate
eh.
to say I told you so,
Kaya ka-
but I'm
kaya-
gonna say it.
Kaya ka nga analyst eh.
I told you so. Yeah, he clearly created the advantage with that left arm. Kaya na libre siya, no? Itong si Robles. But you talk about the offense, that time for Coach Mark, just nitpicking and attacking what they think they have an advantage matchup-wise on the other end. Hindi lang na-execute.
4-point game. Bitoon. Pagsanhan. There's a switch. Ladi. Shot clock winding down. Ladi with a jumper. That's money for Manny.
Excellent patience that time, particularly kay Robbie Celis, forcing the switch and at the same time trusting Manny Ladi on the kick out, and that's the ability of Ladi, even at the 5 at 6'7", has always had that ability, playing like a wing.
Maguliano, the extra pass to Alday. 2 seconds. Caballero has to fire. That would have been big. Instead, it's a stop for Caloocan. A chance to tie the game. Biton turns the ball over. And a good catch by my partner.
With one hand.
With one hand. What a show off.
I was about to shoot it.
A surprise. Alwin did not take that shot, actually.
You got to be surprised I didn't take the shot. That would have been my first point in MPBL. In the MPBL.
Well, you had your first points, I think, in an exhibition game in. Oh,
Turnover though.
that's Biton. Breakaway para kay Chris Biton. And Cayano Caballero with the turnover.
And just careless, especially at this point. And rarely do you see a basket like this, the easiest layup of the game in the fourth quarter.
We are tied at 56 with 4 minutes remaining.
Kapag may labay nagkakaisa, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay di naghahandaan, kaya yung mayanig ang pagbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kumulan. Basketball muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag papalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama.
Sports Plus is the official sports book of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Caballero, Mendoza, Maguliano, Robles, and Sarao. The 5 on the floor for Rizal. Ladi, Pagsanhan, Cabanag, Bitoon, and Celis para sa Caloocan.
Mismatch on Maguliano. Good skip pass.
Robles open, short.
But the shot you're willing to give up if you're Caloocan. That's why Billy Robles was open on the first one when they crossed half court. He didn't take the shot, but on the second one he had to with the shot clock winding down. And Ladi, this is going to be big.
That was halfway in. Pagsanhan, Bitoon, 8 seconds. Ladi again, wide open, got it. 10 points in the ball game for MANNY Ladi.
Let's see how defensively Rizal would adjust to MANNY Ladi. He's had some sort of a rhythm the last few possessions with those 2 jumpers.
That's the go-ahead basket. Maguliano, the spin. The help from Robbie Celis.
Well, they should go back to this 2-man action between Bitoon and Ladi. Instead, they go for a horn set.
Bitoon finds Pagsanhan underneath and a foul on Billy Robles.
Well, just a lapse defensively in 2 straight possessions. This was the short pop by MANNY late on the rotation. Was the defense, nothing but bottom for the go-ahead. And the other one was the backdoor play by Pagsanhan. Just caught the defense. It was Robles snapping on the weak side.
58-56. Pagsanhan with a chance to extend the Caloocan advantage. Misses the first.
So more threat on the floor for the wings of Rizal with Mendoza and Alday at the helm on those wings. Now, Alday has struggled mightily in this game, but we all know his game. He's always about the next shot. Let's see if he can redeem himself by making a few baskets if the opportunity presents itself.
Alwin back to Philip.
Screens coming back.
Alday for 3. Got it! Right on cue. Alwin Alday just in time. Showing up here for Rizal. We're tied at 59.
What a time to come to make his first field goal for Alwin Alday.
Ladi is open. He misses the 3. Manalang taps it to Alday. Maguliano leaking out. Layup is good. Rizal back on top. Last 2 minutes brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
Once again, Alday making that happen. Getting the outlet pass and then looking ahead for the open Maguliano. But this was the big shot. Even with a defender right in front of him. He gets the rebound. You see how he has his eyes up all the time. Sees Maguliano, who has had a solid game from the tip already with 15. Is Maguliano. 13 rather, excuse me.
Manny Ladi at the free throw line. Very calm. Manny Ladi. This is only day 4 of your MPBL regular season, by the way.
And more to come.
More to come. More games like this, for sure.
Hundreds. Last year, ilan?
480 plus. Tied at 61, under 2 minutes remaining. Caloocan and Rizal here in Montalban. Mendoza, turnaround, no. Ladi with a rebound. He is fouled by Marquis. 2 free throws for Manny Ladi.
Well, he was expecting a call. Talk about that shot by Jolo Mendoza. Able to get his 2 feet in the paint off that second move off a spin. But a miss led to the rebound, but you cannot compound one mistake after another.
12 points and 8 boards para kay Manny Ladi. The biggest rebound of the game yet for Caloocan. Short on the first free throw.
Escobar set to check in. Waiting on or at the scorer's table as you see Danny Ravenna.
One for 2. Dom Escobar comes in for Chris Bitoon. So a bigger defender on Alday. Baclaan is back in the game as well. Maguliano. Mendoza. Marquis against Manny Ladi. Alday. Drives, teardrop, won't go. Rebound, Nikian Baclaan.
Almost went in, but I thought Marquis was open after he was able to draw 2 defenders.
Baclaan. There's a switch here. Balik si Manalang on Baclaan. Finds Celis underneath. What a big play. Coming from Kian Baclaan, finding Robbie Celis for the high percentage look underneath. And 2 games in sa kanyang MPBL career, Kian Baclaan showing a lot of poise and a lot of maturity.
Well, sometimes people wonder or even question why guys like Kian Baclaan get paid. That's the reason why.
They get paid. Timeout Rizal. 48.8 seconds remaining. Caloocan extending the lead to 3. Rizal now, they have had problems executing here down the stretch. And you'll see if Coach Mark Dandan has something in his sleeve here.
Digo, Pap, Lilis, wala, layas, kay Kuya Mark, kumangkin solo sa kabila. Okay? Sa touch. Hindi pa kailangan pumaula. Oo! Hindi pa kailangan pumaula.
Well, whatever they drew up there, it has to be something at their end because looking at the foul situation, Caloocan still has 2 to give. So you can expect defensively in that timeout, someone from the coaching staff or maybe directly from Coach Gerson reminded them that if they put their head or if they don't drive to the basket, let them use some clock. And then if they drive to the basket, reset, foul and reset, and then let them use the clock again.
Manalang. Alday. Celis is on him. Yi. Alday gets it back.
They're
5
switching
seconds.
everything.
Mark Yi.
There's the foul.
Oh, that's just a timely foul
Right.
from Dom Escobar.
Now, the ball was not released, so it's going to be on the floor. That's what we meant, that the first few actions, Rizal had to drive right away. Now, they're going to get the possession back, obviously, but they wasted precious time on the clock. Caloocan still one more to give.
Manalang inbound. They go to Marquis. Jolo Mendoza fires. Masyado malakas. Maguliano! 28.9 seconds remaining, and JP Maguliano
Has been the best player so far for Rizal.
he's been scrappy.
I mean, where would they be from the tip if not for his aggressiveness, his nose on the ball, just like the last play? And Caloocan gets that defensive rebound. They send him to the line. This game is maybe over. But because of that offensive rebound, because of his grip for the ball, gives his team a chance.
16 points for JP Maguliano.
Now, the best thing about that rebound is that they don't have to foul, especially if he makes the second one.
My 4.9 second differential. JP Maguliano playing one of his finest games here in the MPBL against his former coach, Gerson Cabiltes. Isa na lang ang lamang ng Caloocan, 64-63 with 28.9 seconds remaining.
Now, what's important in the timeout right here for Rizal is that they don't have any timeouts remaining. So if they get the stop, they have to attack on the other end right away.
Their penalty ito Caloocan as well. So
Go, Celis.
That's just it.
Salo mo muna dito, Denmark.
Go.
Last me. Screen.
Daddy.
Okay. Wait. Rush. Now. If they double, be available. If they double. Now. Okay. We're gonna attack on the last 5. Okay. Ian. Okay. Pushing mo dito. You're gonna dribble side to Denmark. Okay. On the 8 seconds, you're gonna dribble side Denmark. You go. You town Marquis. Angat kagad. Ball screen. It's seconds. We're up 1. Whatever happens on the attack of Ian, I want 50. I want 50.
attack in the last 8 seconds. That's what I heard.
Yeah. And I think what's important for Rizal is to close a stop with a defensive rebound. The last thing that you want here, apart from a made basket from Caloocan, especially if it's a 3, is that if it's a miss, you give up an offensive rebound. Now they're going to pick up full court. And obviously the decision of Caloocan to inbound a full court, to have the full 24.
Baclaan. Let's the inbound against Manalang. Maguliano is there. They trap Baclaan. They foul Kian Baclaan.
And I understand that decision because they don't have any more timeouts. So now they put Baclaan and test him and maybe hope for a split at least. But even if he makes 2 free throws, a lot of time
And
for a 3.
And he's able to bring in
Shooters.
shooters in Jolo Mendoza and Alvin Alday. They try to ice him here. Kian. Kian Baclaan, 10 points in the ball game.
Also 2 for 2 from the stripe.
To go with the 5 rebounds and 6 assists.
So the question, if he makes this, do you give up a foul and play the free throw game if you're Caloocan?
He rattles that one in.
Well, let's see if they give up a foul.
Alday
I don't think they will.
crosses half court. Banalang has it. Final roll of the dice here. Alday fouled while taking the 3.
Now we talked about them giving up the foul,
But not that kind.
but not that kind. In the act of shooting behind the line.
Now, Coach Gerson has a timeout left.
There's the handoff action, clearly way beyond the three-point line.
And clearly contact.
So just a poor job switching on the move.
Alvin
Caloocan.
Alday. 3 free throws.
3 pressure-packed free throws.
First one goes in. I've seen this story before.
Enlighten me. Refresh my memory.
Marami na ako nakapanood ng laro na to. Mga ganito ni Alvin Alday. And he's usually reliable.
Well, there was a difference, though,
It's not in the MPBL.
to the first make and the second one. Medyo iba yung follow-through niya dun sa pangalawa. Pero tingnan natin dito sa pangatlo.
5.3 seconds left. Watch out for the rebound here. Alday gets the second one to drop. Timeout Caloocan, 5.3 seconds remaining. (66-65), Caloocan protecting this 1-point lead. Coach Gerson needs to get this inbound sorted out.
Kian will go right here. Be careful with the pass. Baka ma-anticipate yung mistake. Pasok. Pasok. Okay? Pasok agad. Baka tubulin. Kanino possession ka? Papulin mo. Hey! Dog! Flash. Be ready. If there's trap whatsoever, the jump ball is us. It's with us. We still have the ball. No need to dribble. Foul. Foul sila dyan, pare. Foul yan. Pero dito yung inbound. Yan. Turn just. Dong. Ladi. Kian. Go. Expect kayo hindi natatawag ng foul yan. Lead the pass. Whoever is committed. Double yan.
Instructions there from Coach Gerson, very clear.
Clear and specific. I thought it was a great reminder, especially the possession arrow, to be strong with the basketball. Almost like probably in his head he's remembering that UConn Duke game.
Oh my.
Wherein it was 1 already. You're just gonna hold the basketball and just being strong with the basketball. Whoever gets the ball, hindi nyo na kailangan i-dribble. That was clear in his instruction because worst scenario, kahit mag-jump ball yan, possession arrow sa kanila.
Sabanag to inbound. Escobar. Niyakap ni Liu. And a foul. Dom Escobar. 4 seconds remaining. Keanu Caballero hit a half-court heave.
Last year.
last year against Batangas
Pinasok siya ulit niya.
to win the
Tignan natin
game.
kung may
To win the game.
deja vu. And this isn't the same venue, but Inaris din yun. Pasig.
Escobar. That's the first one to go in.
Again, no timeouts.
Both teams over the limit.
Both teams.
Escobar, 2 for 2. Alday sent back in. 4 seconds to come up with a shot here. To come up with a 3-point shot to send this game into overtime. Rizal. Marquis. Kian Baclaan stepped on the line, but that took away precious seconds from the clock.
And almost made a big play. Kundi lang siya nag-step out of bounds right here of throwing the ball kay Gaspay. Pero yung kanang paa niya, no, nakatapak na sa linya bago niya maibato yung bola.
2.2 seconds to play.
Against this 2-2-1 with Kimani Ladi pretty much playing center field.
They are going to
Check.
check if they should add
More time.
more time here, and that allows the two teams to huddle up. Commissioner Emerson Oreta and Head of Security Rudy Distrito. And Rizal trying to avoid a second straight loss to start the season. Caloocan trying to go 2-0. So they are adding a second. So 3.2 seconds remaining in time for a dribble. Maybe a couple of dribbles. We'll see kasi parang hirap nga maka-inbound kanina yung Rizal eh. Gaspay will inbound. Mendoza. Oh, able to get away. Jolo! Almost! Wow!
Putting a scare on it, almost but not quite. That's the important thing for Caloocan.
Caloocan escapes with a 3-point win. Jolo Mendoza had a really great look.
A great look, but at the same time, terrific discipline by Kian Baclaan. The play before, if you remember, they fouled a 3-point shooter in Alday. At that time, Kian Baclaan on the right hip of Mendoza and disciplined enough not to foul. But this guy will be our best player of the game. 4 points in the first half, 13 to finish the game. These two jumpers in the end I thought were huge. One was the go-ahead basket, I believe this one right here.
Yeah, that put them ahead 64-62 earlier. Kimani Ladi with another solid game. He's been tested twice already with the physicality. This was his biggest test yet. And again, he delivers with a strong performance. 68-65, Caloocan with a narrow win over Rizal. Let's go to Sheila.
As and here with me right now is our best player, Kimani Ladi. Kimani, on your debut here in the pros, you led your team to a win your first 2 games. But with that win, how do you manage to stay composed and still, score when it mattered the most?
Well, my teammates help me stay composed, and I trust them that they're gonna, give me the right advice, and I just take it and run with it.
In this crucial match like this, what do you think was your advantage for your team to get this win?
I think just using each other more. It kind of slow in the first half, but we started to figure it out in the second. Once we started moving the ball a little bit more, trusting people with the ball, it was all up from there.
I know there's a lot of people that you want to say thank you and shout out. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Lord Jesus Christ, for the win. Thank you for the support of Mayor along Malapitan, Congressman Oka Malapitan, Lexi Malapitan, Boss Dennis Flores, Boss Dennis Abella, and to our sponsors, Victory Liner, Yan Yan Coolers, and Venom Sportswear. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and congratulations to our best player, Manny of Caloocan. And this player of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. What a way to end today's games. Balik sa inyo, si Dev and Coach Christian.
Kay Manny Ladi, second straight player of the game honors for him. Our games on Thursday. Doon tayo sa Pasay Astrodome. Cebu against San Juan. We might see the debut of Mike Phillips in this ball game. Quezon City takes on Binyan. And in the main game, it's Parañaque against Pasay. Parehong galing sa talo ang dalawang kupunan na yan. So that's it. There are 3 games on tap tomorrow. 3 games done here in day 4 of your MPBL regular season. For my partner, Christian Juan, our courtside reporter, Sheila Salaysay, and for all the hardworking men and women of the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ito po si Dev Tupa saying thank you, Ignite, from Montalban, Rizal.
Ang bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na.